Hi, it's Connie Erickson with another Fairly Live at 5. And I've been talking a lot about being nice. I mentioned last week that there are reasons that we are not nice. And yes, like I said, it doesn't always come naturally, it takes practice. But I want to get into a little deeper about why we're not nice. There's a lot of interpersonal and societal reasons and examples for not being nice, and I only really want to address the personal ones. We could go on for a long time about the other ones. But think about the last time you fought with your partner. Maybe you lashed out, you almost definitely pointed out what they were doing wrong. How did that work out for you? If it didn't work out, why do you think you did it? Well, for one thing, you were probably in your emotional brain and not your rational one. You were probably in the throes of a negative or many negative emotions. And that's when you get that fight or flight response. And fight or flight is only good for one purpose, and that purpose is protection. You wanted to protect yourself from your partner. Let me say that slower and let it sink in. You wanted to protect yourself from your partner. That makes me really sad. And we've all been there. But if you're in a healthy relationship, you don't really need to protect yourself from your partner. Sure, some people do. There are partners who are cruel and abusive. But if you're in a healthy relationship, you don't need to protect yourself from your partner. Um, you wanted to protect yourself, and that's why we activate any and all of our defense mechanisms. And here's a list of some of them: stonewalling, zoning out, getting mean, getting stupid, attacking, shutting down, blaming, being sarcastic, yelling. Get the picture? There's a lot of them. Everything you're doing right now that's not working for you is really a defense mechanism. Everything you're doing in your fighting with your partner is really a defense mechanism. Everything you're doing that's not working for you, that's a defense mechanism, is actually driving your partner further from you. And everything that you're doing that's driving your partner from you is probably a defense mechanism. And I hope that makes sense. Um, so, what are you protecting yourself from? I asked this of one of my clients, and he said, if I say that, she might get mad. Okay, and then what would happen? He paused. I don't know. Well, what's the worst that could happen? Well, the worst that could happen is that we would fight some more and then it would probably blow over. I mean, we've never not spoken for a long time or anything like that, and it's never gotten physical. It's just we get mad at each other and then eventually we figure it out. Okay, so I don't think he needs to protect himself. What we're really protecting ourselves from is rejection. It's easier to blame than to be weak or to be wrong or to be vulnerable. Don't let them see the cracks. But in the beautiful words of Leonard Cohen, there's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. And I would venture to say that's how the love gets in too. That's how our partner's love gets in when we're vulnerable and weak and wrong, um, and admit it. When we are wrong and admit it. Um, we so long to be close. We long for connection, and then we want to be connected, and then we go and protect ourselves. So instead of asking for what we want, instead of drawing our partner in close, right then when we need them most, we shut them out. Don't do that. Stop doing that. I read a great quote the other day. It was from Mark Nepo, who evidently is a spiritualist who I've never heard of before, but it poetically says what I've been trying to say in this recording. So let me say it now. He says, we waste so much energy trying to cover up who we are, when beneath every attitude is the want to be loved, and beneath every anger is a wound to be healed, and beneath every sadness is the fear that there's not enough time. When we hesitate in being direct, we unknowingly slip something on, some added layer of protection that keeps us from feeling the world. And often that thin covering is the beginning of loneliness, which, if not put down, diminishes our chances of joy. It's like wearing gloves every time we touch something and then forgetting we chose to put them on, and we complain that nothing feels quite real. Our challenge each day is not to get dressed to face the world, but to unglove ourselves so that the doorknob feels cold and the car handle feels wet and the kiss goodbye feels like the lips of another being soft and unrepeatable. It's time to take the gloves off. Thanks. I will post this tomorrow in the Tuesday transcript so that you can read the quote and really take it in for what it's worth. All right, thanks, guys. Take your gloves off this week and let me know how it goes.